What's up, you fucking bad motherfuckers? Welcome to the Biz and the Diz podcast. As always, you got the baddest motherfucker east of the Mississippi. Seth, the Guillotine Death.
That's pretty good.
Big Daddy Rambo. And, man, I'm telling you, this is by...
it's a special episode.
It's a special episode. My better half, my lady, Samantha Porter?
Pugh, because you
Pugh.
won't propose.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
They talk about me enough, so I figure I might as well join you guys. I'm here.
long overdue. This big oyster, and I know you guys don't like IPAs, but these things are the shit.
Hey, she got it for you.
And I know there's probably some people watching this who were like, hey, I thought you weren't drinking this weekend because you got a fight coming up and stuff. And I was like,
Stupid.
I'm a weak man, you know.
You know.
I'm only going to have a few. But I had to indulge. I couldn't help myself. You know,
We went to...
I've got a problem.
We went to my dad's horse's first race under his name, and I seen you staring at my
oh man,
Yingling.
You guys all went to the bar, and I was like, no, nothing for me, and I was just staring at
I'm a
your
loser.
But then you were the one that cooked us into going to paradise, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went there initially to eat. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't feel like eating leftovers. I don't feel like cooking. I'm gonna go get some wings. It's an honest thing to eat. Like they're relatively low calories, like no carbs. So I was like, I'm gonna go get some wings, and I was like, let me call up John and see if they're because you guys are right up the street. We're all very local to that, and you guys were like, yeah, I'll meet you there. And then I was like, well, let me just have a beer. You know, I can't sit at a bar and eat wings without having a beer.
You can't.
Yeah,
That's just idiotic.
it's sacrilege.
I feel really weird sitting on this area.
I did steal his bar stool.
Yeah,
so.
my old lady stole the bar stool.
Princess, sorry.
Yeah, what you got to do?
Is it throwing you off, John? Is your mojo going? I like the hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I've worn it occasionally.
Yes, you have. Does he wear that in the bedroom?
He does not, unfortunately.
Have you tried to talk him into it?
I mean, if he did, I'd probably call him Rip Wheeler, and he might get his feelings hurt.
Oh,
I probably would.
would you? I don't know. I mean, you gotta just fucking
I mean, if she called me Rip, man, that would probably just like,
like, oh yeah, I've been working out.
I am Rip. Yeah.
But as soon as the wheeler goes in there, it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think every chick, I'd love to know the percentage of women that are just swooning over Rip Wheeler and if you don't know what we're talking about this show called Yellowstone. I'd say it's a large percentage.
I would say it's 100%. Like, my dear, you would like.
Oh, I'd leave you in a heartbeat. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, I would call him like an attractive male, but
If you see him outside
like-
of like the Rip Wheeler like persona, he's really not that attractive.
That's
Cole
what I mean,
Hauser,
like-
Cole Hauser is not that cute.
So can we agree that it's more like he's not that good looking of a guy?
No.
He's like,
But
he's like a
like-
6, but it's his personality that makes him so
Absolutely.
attractive.
Oh
bad
yeah,
motherfucker.
and his loyalty, and like he loves Beth to death.
yeah, like the guillotine over here is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Not the most attractive.
Not the most attractive.
Personality makes up for a little bit.
It does.
It does.
It goes a long way, and that goes for either gender. There's only 2. That goes for either gender.
Only 2.
Thank you. Reiterate that there is 2 genders.
That personality is a big thing, man. You know?
Absolutely.
Like
It is.
you could be smoking hot, but if you laugh like Chanel West Coast, I can't do it.
That's so funny you said that because he cannot watch Ridiculous
She's
because of
hot.
her.
She's smoking
She's
hot.
hot, but like, jeez Louise.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. My mom dated a guy when I was a kid, and he had like his name was Huey.
Huey. I don't remember Huey.
Yeah, he was like real soft spoken, and she just couldn't do it. I remember talking to her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I just can't do it."
I remember. Was that one guy's name Seth too?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that had to be weird for her.
Yeah, you know, I've ran into chicks with the same name as my daughter,
Yeah.
and it's really not weird. It's just a
No?
fucking name. But I mean, I don't know. I've never like dated them though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that might be a whole nother thing. I don't know. But the fucking name's a name. You know.
I mean, I ran to a chick in high school with the same name as my sister Valerie, and like I wanted to bang her, but like it was strange
Yeah.
to me. Others they might.
I couldn't bang a Mark. My dad's name's Mark.
Yeah,
and
that's
I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Good strong name. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I don't know. I
couldn't
mean,
bang a Donna.
I think I would just call him something different. Like my mom's name is Gina, and if I was like dating a Gina, I'd probably just call her G or something, or I'd call her
Are you
Ina.
stupid whore?
Yeah, yeah. I'd have to. I couldn't call her Gina.
Yeah, I'm with
Nah,
you.
that'd be weird.
I'm with you. That's
Not that I
strange.
call my mom Gina. I call her mom, but
Yeah.
like it's just something
Odd.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess if you're from West Virginia, tune in. Tell us how
Yeah.
you guys get over
How
that.
do you feel
How
about
does-
that?
And that doesn't register, I guess. I don't know.
Right in. Give us a 5 stars and then just tell me.
Yeah, you
I
want
wanna
to grab
know.
a can or something for me to ash in before?
I just ashed on the floor.
I've got
This
like
is
a-
my house, but I mean, go for it.
I've got like a fucking 4-inch ash. That's 4 inches, by the way. It definitely is.
In man terms,
It's a man's 4 inches.
heard all about that.
So, we got back from a race today.
Oh yeah, Johnny, give us the rundown, dude.
Well, my father, he trained horses back in the 80s before I was birthed into this world, I was the greatest thing ever happened. But he gave, what
What?
did you say over there?
Oh, nothing. Go.
Okay, he gave up the horse business, and he retired, and he bought a horse, a racehorse, thoroughbred.
Gorgeous horse.
Gorgeous. God damn it. Miami Gold. That was fantastic.
Hey, Big
man.
John, you owe me $50.
Yeah, you're my 100, Dad. What are you doing, dude? But she ran her first horse under his name, and she came in third.
Yeah, which is respectable as hell.
Yeah, and
I
she-
mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting anything.
She fumbled out of the gate. She probably would have got second, probably first, but she fumbled out of the gate, and she came in third.
Yeah.
And it was like buck fever for me. I was so nervous.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know why. I was so nervous.
Isn't it weird how things do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes, like I don't know. I've done a lot of things that have given me nerves that I thought I wouldn't. Like I remember when I first started bow hunting, I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be shaking or anything like that." And then you get a deer in front of you, and you're like, "Holy shit!" It's all you can do to stand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the same thing, like competitions, like powerlifting, strongman, jiu-jitsu, like you get in there, man, and like your mouth gets dry, and it's like your adrenaline starts pumping, and you're like, "Holy shit! Like what the fuck? Can I just be normal?" You know what I mean?
Gotta be born right.
Yeah, but you just when there's something that like that you're extremely invested in, like something that matters a lot, and it feels like there's a lot on the line. Like you really wanted your dad's horse to win, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was like, or at least do well, you know what I mean?
Like I bet money on her, and it wasn't about the money.
No,
I just wanted her to do good for him.
That's his passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so it's so nice talking to people that's passionate about whatever they do. Like you talk to me about bow hunting, you talk to my dear about
Softball.
you talk to you about bow hunting, exactly. But like you talk to anybody that's passionate about anything, it's just fun to just sit there and listen to him ramble.
yeah,
And he's the same way about thoroughbreds and horse racing, and I heard these stories for the same story 1,000 times, but it was just so cool as a youngster listening to him ramble about thoroughbreds and racing and the good old days, and then to just almost unlock a different part of my father that I never knew. It was a lot of fun.
You
And
saw him in his element.
yeah. I saw my dad in his element, and it was
He was so happy.
almost emotional. If she would have won, I probably would have cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, especially when it's someone that, like, you really care about. Like,
Yeah.
I think back recently to Wyatt, my son, when he had his wrestling competition. Dude, I was more nervous than he was. You know what I mean? Like, because I just wanted him to do good. And it was the same thing for you. Like, you know how much this means to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it holds weight, man. And I think if you're not like that, then you're probably a fucking sociopath. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when somebody you care about is doing something that, whatever it might be, like, we don't know fuck about horses. You know what I mean? You don't know a damn thing about them or
I had
racing.
a bet on them, anything.
Nothing. But it's like, man, it was, and I'm happy because I love your dad too. John's an awesome dude. And
Yeah. He's been on the pod.
yeah.
Well, not enough love for that episode.
By the way, get some likes on that one, please.
Go back to, what was that one called?
I don't know.
I don't
It
remember.
was like
It's been a while.
It was like number like 12.
Yeah. He's killed many deer in his day. But yeah, I'm just happy that he's got something that's like, because in retirement, man, you see a lot of people, they just do nothing.
Just
you know?
die.
Yeah. And it's like he's got this now that's like giving him some purpose.
I mean, he spends a bunch of money on her, but he don't care.
No,
It's his thing.
it ain't
Like
about the
you
money.
went and seen her along with your mom, and like he was just so passionate
Yeah.
about that animal.
Yeah.
It was just so.
I haven't seen him that like just spry and like, yeah, he's loving it, man.
I've never seen him like that either.
Yeah.
And I've seen him hunting. I've seen him kill an animal, but oh shit.
Oh god.
He he doesn't care about. I got something here. He doesn't care about. Like he loves killing deer, but
He doesn't have the same passion that you have when it comes to killing deer. He
Yeah.
got you into it, of course,
but-
but
like watching him and listening to him talk about that animal, it was fun.
Yeah. And I think, and we've talked about that extensively, about passion and about how important it is to have something in your life, like that there's something that makes you wake up in the morning and it's something you think about, something that's goal oriented. Because like, I don't know, it's common nowadays, like for people to just fucking be almost like fucking robots, you know what I mean? Like, and they have these things, like you go home and you watch TV and you might play video games or whatever it is, and you lack that passion, and it's a miserable existence. It's like, what is that quote? It's like the average man lives a life of silent despair.
It's something like that, yeah.
Something along those lines. Yeah, I probably fucked it all up, but
Paraphrasing.
yeah, and that's the case, dude. Like I've got some like people I've worked with when they're like older, like going to retire, and it's just like they just nothing in their life, nothing to, and it's like, and you hear about these guys that retire and they just fucking kick the bucket, yeah, because like work was their life, and then they fucking hated their job and couldn't wait till the weekend and couldn't wait till retire, and then they just fucking die, and it's like, man, you left the best of your life for a company and doing something that you hated. That's like for training, like when you train, like when you're training for a fight or really powerlifting, any like combat or strength sports, you want to make sure you don't leave your best rounds in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be beating the shit out of myself to an extent where I'm training in the gym and I go and step in the cage and I leave my best rounds at the gym. You can kind of use that as like an analogy for the rest of life too. You don't want to leave your best rounds in your fucking job, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if your job's something you're really passionate about and you love what you're doing, it's a different story. Then fucking kudos to you. Like you found something that gives you purpose and you make money off of it. But not all of us have that luxury or are just in that situation. Not that everyone can't do that. I think everyone could, but
my favorite quote is, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
yeah, Ron Jeremy, I heard that quote.
Yeah.
I think you found that, dear.
Yeah.
Like you,
I'm in minor league baseball. I mean, I love baseball. I'm an accountant. I love numbers.
in high school and in college, you played softball.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, but
Yeah.
you were a D1 athlete.
I was back in the day. Just turned 31. Thanks for my birthday, Seth. Appreciate it.
not
So,
bad.
if you remember that
job.
podcast where we had balloons out here for Seth, we did. We had a whole thing set up.
He's got a lot of headshots. Don't worry.
Yeah, I get punched in the head a lot.
CT, you know.
Yeah, all that good stuff. I'm bad with birthdays. I'm sorry.
I think it's really nice that, like you have fallen in love with your job,
I have.
and not a lot of people get that opportunity.
No.
I know. I hate my job. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, most people do. I mean, and I don't hate my job, but I don't love it. You know,
No,
what I mean,
I'm right there with you.
I don't wake up in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited for work today. It's
it's
not
a-
a thing.
It's a means to an end,
Yes,
which
yeah.
is, most people are exactly like that. But
Yeah, most of us are. Most of us work a job that we don't love.
Yeah.
You might like what you do. Like, there's days at my job where I really enjoy what I'm doing.
oh yeah, of course. And I'm envious of you, dear, because you love going to work every day.
I work entirely too much.
Well, but you love it though.
I do. That's why they try to kick me out of the office,
Yeah.
but I want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a really cool environment.
Oh, it's so great. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I literally called John at 5 and was like, "All right, I'm leaving." He's like, "All right, I'll see you at 7:30." Sure enough, I stayed and worked an event, and it was 7:30. I called him back. I was like, "All right, I'm on my way home now." So he literally called it.
Yeah.
So give us a rundown, Sam. Like, who do you work for? Let people know so they can at least understand.
I work for the Aberdeen Ironbirds. We are the minor league affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles.
Single A,
Yes,
high A.
guess you could say I work for Junior, Cal Ripken Jr. But yeah, I'm the accountant there, so my hours are technically 9 to 5, but we have so much other things going on, and there's baseball constantly going on, so I just choose to stay past 5,
Yeah.
and I love it. I'm not required to work game days, but I love baseball, and
Yeah.
I'm there for every game, every home game. And I think the last homestead we had, we played 25 home games in 35 days, and I was there staying late every single game.
That's, you got some perks with that too, though. Like, I know I'm
Absolutely.
gonna be. I might have to come down there with you guys on one of these days.
Yeah, got a crab feast coming up, Daddy.
You got a crab feast. Yeah. Is that after my fight?
July 3rd,
Oh hell yeah! I'm
Absolutely.
fucking.
Sunday, I think.
I'm fucking down. After this fight, I'm getting fat. What's that fucking one lady from? I'm getting all fat and sassy. Like, that's gonna be me after this fight, dude. I'm going on a bulk. I'm fucking so tired of starving. I'm hungry all the
But
time.
you're looking good.
Thank you.
Looking lean.
You're looking like Miami Gold did today. She was a veiny fuck, and so were you.
That's it's crazy. Like, you get
Jesus.
fucking veiny when you
You
get
look
lean.
gross.
I was
Ew.
179 this morning.
Wow.
After training, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm
We'll be
excited.
there.
Hell yeah.
Be a busy Saturday. Miami Gold's running again.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
possibly.
maybe. Yeah.
And then hauling ass to see.
I hope it's
Bill's-
Sunday because I'd totally love to come back and watch that.
Yeah. You just missed her running.
I know.
I mean, you didn't miss much. I mean, she got third, but she stumbled out the gate.
I would
But
still like to watch. I mean,
It was cool.
yeah.
It was
She's
really cool.
a beautiful horse.
Yeah. It was, God, like, I hate to go back to it, but, like, it was so cool just, like, seeing my dad's passion come to fruition. It was,
And even like my parents, like they know John's dad and whatnot. They haven't seen him for a while, and they said that's the happiest they've seen him.
yeah.
Yeah.
They say he just looks fantastic.
I agree.
and,
I
yeah.
mean, last time I seen him, I think it was at the VFW, and he's a different man.
Yeah. Like, me and you, when your mom went into the stables and we seen the horse, and he was just, like,
Yeah.
it was just in his element.
Yeah.
He just loved to talk about it. He could have talked for weeks about
yeah.
her.
That's how you're supposed to be, man.
Exactly.
There's something everyone should have something like that in their life. For you and I, it's bow hunting. Like, and I think everyone needs that kind of passion in their life about something, you know. And it can't be another person.
No.
I see that a lot too. Like, I can't, like, everybody, and if you're listening, everybody, you know someone that I guarantee you got someone come to mind where you know somebody that gets shacked up, whether it's a buddy or a girlfriend, and they get shacked up with somebody and you never hear from them anymore, and they make that person their life.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is the last thing you can do, because you can't find happiness in another person, you know what I mean? And it's just, and everybody, I can't stand that, you know what I mean? We've all had buddies that, like, they get a girlfriend, and it's like you never see them again, you know what I mean?
I get it. I was like that at one point, but I do understand it. But it's like you You gotta live for yourself, man.
Yeah, and I don't think you can ever really make somebody else happy
No.
if you're making them, if you put them on like this pedestal. You know what I mean?
If I ever took hunting away from John, like, I would never do that, or any of you, but, like, he would resent me.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I pushed him out the doors. Some of his best shots has been me. He's like, I'm tired, I don't want to go. I was like, get your fucking ass out the door.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit on the couch and watch Lifetime.
Yeah, my biggest buck, I'm going to put that out there, my biggest buck ever, 135-inch, should have been a Pope and Young, but I shot with a rifle. She forced me out the door to go kill it.
Yeah.
He's not even bullshitting. Like, I really did. Not just to get away from him, but, like, I know, like, he loves this so much, and I didn't want him to stay home. I was just like, go. Like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And we both need our space, and I think we found, like, a really good, like, I guess, understanding in that.
Yeah, middle ground, yeah.
Yeah.
So, for you, Sam, like, do you have like, I don't want to say resentment, but so let me rephrase that.
No, you can say whatever
Towards,
you want.
like, with John and being as passionate as he is about hunting, and you and I both know, and if you're listening for the first time, hopefully you're not, and you can go back and listen to some other ones, but John's a diehard bow hunter, and it's like, that is his, he feels his purpose in life. So for you, like, how has that been, like, dealing with that? Has it been hard to, like, kind of get behind him, or has it been, have you had times where, like, sometimes you got to check yourself and be like, okay, I know he loves this, and you got to remind yourself, like you said, if I try to take this from him, he's just going to resent me. Like, how does that work for
my
you? Has it
mind?
been easy for you? Has it been hard? Have you had to develop that, or is that something that just kind of came naturally to you?
Honestly,
be so
I want to
supportive.
say, like, from the very beginning, I want to say that I was fully supportive, but, like, the late nights out, like, maybe when we first started living together, I was a little bit like, hey, you should be home with me and the dogs. Mind you, we have 4 dogs. My fault, not John's. But, no, like, his victories are my victories. And I think I get more hyped for him when he kills that. I get more hyped for you as well. And I just learned to love it as well. I mean, I'm not against deer hunting. He doesn't take me out in the woods because I'm always freaking cold. But, like, if he texts me and says, hey, hammer down, that's literally what he sends me, is the emojis of deer or hammer down. And I'm like, holy shit, I think I just peed myself.
Yeah.
Because I do get excited. And, like, I really don't think I even bitch at you anymore.
No.
No. I mean, in the past 4 or 5 years.
You used to back in the day. You used to get upset.
Well,
which
I
understand.
I get upset when you're out there late and you don't, like, give me, like, the heads up because I get worried. There's been times I think I
You've
texted
texted me,
you
yep.
and I'm like, is he okay? Or
Yeah.
something like that. Because, I mean, you guys are in a tree and it's for his own well-being is why I get upset. But
Sure.
I understand, like, if it's getting dark, I know that he has killed something or he's either tracking a deer and I haven't heard from him. I get worried. But if he's out there, I embrace it. I love it. You know? And it's me in the freezer. So,
Hell yeah. And you've gotten damn good with cooking some deer meat, huh?
deer jerky.
What is that your favorite recipe to cook?
My favorite recipe to cook is the one that you don't like. I love putting a roast in a crock pot with potatoes, carrots, onions, celery. Other than that, but I do like slicing a roast thin and making deer cheesesteaks out of that with the mushrooms and the gravy and things like that. But
Goddamn.
I've gotten pretty damn good at deer jerky as well.
There's something about a roast, man. Like I don't like a roast.
I'm the same way. It's like
don't like
it's
it.
like soup to me. It's like I mean, I can eat it, but it's not like I don't really enjoy it. But that like sliced cheesesteak, I could get behind that.
Oh,
That sounds
yeah.
pretty good.
I think I sent you home with some before. Well, I always feed you. I feed you all you.
Not the cheesesteak.
No,
Never?
I would remember that.
No? Oh.
You're really good at making like a ground meat dip.
Oh, yeah. They love my
We
dip.
tear that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it tears up their assholes later on.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Not
worth it.
really, man. I mean,
Nah, it doesn't bother me too
that
bad.
deer meat, man, it's just so good for you.
Yeah. And that's what, you know, that's what I'm going into this fight, June 25th, and I am fueled by fucking free range wild American whitetail deer. This guy's got no fucking chance, dude.
It's got no
No
fucking
fucking
chance.
I really, and deer meat, dude, is super nutritious compared to like a cow beef.
Yeah.
It's so much better for you.
Can you get anything better for you?
No.
No.
I mean, it's as good as it gets when it comes to meat.
He gets mad if I buy steak, like
I would too.
cow steak.
It's silly. I mean, I kill 8-10 deer a year, and like,
If you
why
run
would-
out.
I understand that. Yeah, if you run out, yeah, but like, if you're buying cow, like, yeah, it's almost like it's like a fucking
Defeats the purpose of what you're doing.
Like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah, I agree.
He definitely supplies for the family.
So, Sam, if back to
Go for it.
being the wife of a
Not wife.
obsessed hunter,
Yes.
Wife. You're my wife.
if you could give other women like who have a guy like John, if you could give them one piece of advice, what would it be?
Embrace it. Let him be happy.
Yeah.
As long, I mean, we make a point to have at least one date night a week, and he is very,
A week.
very thorough.
Yeah,
one
week.
date night a
Oh
week.
damn! Okay, all right. That's
I mean, during deer season, it might get a little
Oh yeah,
lackadaisical.
and I totally understand that. But I mean, we spend time together, and at the same time, like you all have to have your thing, and I do like my alone time as well. I mean, I say that I love my job, I love softball and all that stuff and baseball, but I mean, like I said, we have 4 dogs, and I'm very much involved with my dogs, which might sound pathetic, but I'm a very avid animal lover.
Yeah.
It's just funny to say as you guys kill deer, but I understand like the way that they shoot deer, it's so respectable, because I know these 2 guys, they make the cleanest shot possible, the quickest kill possible, and if they don't, it honestly makes them sick to their stomach.
yeah, it eats us up.
Yeah. So they're so just passionate at what they do, and they don't do it just to go out there and kill, which is what I've seen people do. I mean, you see the terrible episodes on YouTube of people just abusing these animals. It's not they just kill them, like they literally love it. They love the tracking, they love the animal.
Yeah.
We love the
And-
whole process of it.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the way you guys do it, it's so respectable. And, I mean, I grew up around deer hunting. My dad was a deer hunter.
Shout out Mark.
Yeah. Mark Pugh.
Man,
Love
he's-
you, Dad.
He's killed some hammers.
Oh,
this
yeah.
day.
So,
So your number one advice would be,
just let them
Embrace
go.
it.
embrace it.
Learn to love it.
Yeah, and fine if you're upset that your husband or your wife or husband, maybe your wife,
Yeah.
boyfriend, whatever, is in the woods. I mean, that's what makes them happy. It doesn't mean they don't love you any less,
No.
but they just love something that makes them happy. And like I said, his victories are my victories.
Yeah. That's something that, as I've grown older, to realize is, and I think I said it earlier, but people don't make you happy. You have to find that on your own. And for John, that is deer hunting. You complement each other.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know what I mean?
It should definitely be reciprocated. Like, you love my victories, and whatever you love, I should also reciprocate it and love what you love.
Yeah, and, it's
And your
sad.
love is it's
I
your
love
job.
my job, which
Yeah.
he finds weird because I mean he's Fred Flintstone and pushes rocks, whatever.
I would love to be in your shoes.
Yeah,
and
but I
just-
mean, I went to school for 2 things, which was softball and accounting, and I am the accountant for a minor league baseball team.
Yeah.
So I found the dream job.
Yeah. You literally have a combination of the 2 things
Absolutely.
that you were pursuing.
Yeah, I freaking love it. And my boss is amazing. Shout out Jack.
shut up.
Isn't it funny how things work out? Like, I know you were in between jobs there for a while, and it reminds me of this thing, and I heard Tom Brady say it, and it was like this analogy. And there's this Chinese farmer. Have you heard this?
Maybe.
So there's this Chinese. That's funny you say that.
Is it a
There's
joke?
this Chinese farmer, right? And I'm gonna butcher this, but there's this Chinese farmer, and his son goes out on a horse ride, and he falls off his horse and breaks his leg. And the neighbors come to him, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear about your son's leg. That's terrible." And he's like, "Well, maybe."
I've heard this. Yeah.
And then 2 days later, the military comes through town. They're drafting. They're taking young boys off to the military. And they come to his son, and they see his broken leg, and they're like, all right, you don't have to go. Turned out to be a blessing, right? And then it goes on, and there's other situations where the farmer's like, well, maybe. But the point of the story is you never really know whether sometimes something that happens to you you might perceive that as a negative. But you don't know what might be in store for you down the road because of that.
Absolutely.
And I liken that to your situation where you got out of a job, you didn't like it there, you hated it there anyway, and then look, you found this, and it turned out to be the best thing that
You
could have
can
happened.
say the
for
truth of what you're saying. I was let go of the position that I was at, where Seth currently works. and it wasn't the right fit for me. And
Yeah.
even
You
when
didn't like that job.
I didn't like that job, and even when I was getting let go, my boss told me, you know, you're the hardest working employee we have, but this isn't the right fit for you.
Yeah.
And now look.
I know everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
and I'm happy as can be.
Yep.
And I'm making more money, so fuck you, Northrop.
Fuck you.
Money's always a factor. I was talking to a guy at the gym today, and shout out Tony. I don't know if you listen, but he's a cop, and I was talking to him. I was like, man, I wish I would have gotten to the military or even been a cop like when I was younger. Like I feel like that would have just been like for me. And he was like, how old are you? I was like 30. He was like, I became a cop at 31. He's like 36. And he was like, join up. And I was like, I got like some criminal stuff. And he was like, what do you got? You got any felonies? I was like, no. And he was like, dude, I could get you in there. And I was like, really? So I started talking to him a little bit about it. And I was like, hey, I'm not going to do it. But it was definitely interesting, man. Like,
Man, what a fucking like a switch around that would be.
My
Going from what
God.
you done.
to being a cop?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my
I
goodness.
think I'd be a great cop.
You
Oh,
would be a great
absolutely.
cop. You would
Yeah.
be a perfect fucking cop.
Yeah, because you ain't fooling me. You know what I
No.
mean? I've been there and done it. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Like
probably
you-
make a great cop.
You've heard every story. You told every story.
Uh-huh.
You told every.
Yep.
You'd be a perfect cop.
I've been on the other side of that good cop, bad cop, and that. Oh, your buddy already told on you. I've been on the other side of all that shit. So it would be cool, but they don't. They yeah, I wouldn't want to go
I
down that road.
I wanted to be a cop. Senior year, I wanted to be a straight state trooper, but
You want to go in the military,
yeah,
That's-
and I
wanted
mean,
to- I
so
want-
respectable. But I'm looking back, I'm so thankful you didn't.
I still wish I would have went in the Marines.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
If I could have done anything differently, I think that's what I would have done. I would have loved to have been in some kind of special forces or Marines, but
Yeah.
I was too busy fucking up at the time. So
Yeah, if I would have done anything in the military, it would have been Marines. You
Absolutely.
got to go the best of the best.
yeah, I would have. My uncle wanted me to go into the Marines, and I should have listened to him. But like now, with hindsight, you know what I mean. It's always different. Back then, I probably would have just joined the Marines, but now I would love to like try to be a Navy SEAL or like some kind of special forces, like Rangers,
you would have
Delta,
been,
or
you would have
something
been the
like
best
that.
of the best.
Yeah,
I think
Both of you, your passion for something. No, your passion.
maybe
though.
not me.
But I mean, like
I
you
think
guys
we have a
would-
good mind for it.
That's
You
what I
think?
mean.
It's a lot of
yeah.
mental, man. Like that's
Yeah.
I've heard Jocko talk about it and stuff, and you just don't know. Like I could have fucking failed out for anything, but
But looking
I
like
think I
at the
could have
physical
done it.
portion, I think you would have.
Oh, yeah.
I think you would have done better than me. I don't know. I mean, you know,
it's hard to say.
it is hard to say.
It's nice to think about, though. I
It
think
is.
it would have been cool. I'd love to see why I do it because he talks about joining up, and I tell him like, son, do it. It's because I told him I was like that. You know, that's something I wish I would have done. You know, but and once you get older, and he was like, well, you can still do it, and I was like, yeah, but then I'd be away from you and your sister, and that
Exactly.
I'd rather be with you guys.
Yeah, my dad did. He was a National Guard. He went to Germany. He did all that shit. Looking back, man, my dad did so much shit. I wish I would have done.
Yeah.
So looking back, like you talking about going to the Marines and seeing where we are now, I'm so glad you didn't. And I'm like, that's probably the selfish part of me.
I wish I would have. Looking back, I wish I really would have.
It would have instilled so much discipline.
Yeah.
But
And-
it would have broke my heart. Like that's the scary part. That's where I will come into being selfish. Like, yeah, you can go deer hunt, but
Going
don't
away
go
for
out there.
months on end.
We bust each other's balls, but I just kind of don't want to lose this guy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and looking back, like I think I have a lot of discipline, but could the military have instilled more discipline? I don't know.
That's what. That's like, and I've had people tell me like you're so disciplined, but like I feel like I'm not.
I'm right there with you.
You know what I mean? Like, because there's so many things that I'm disciplined in some areas, but in other areas I'm not. I fucking suck. You know what I mean?
Right there with you.
Food is tough for me, man. Like,
Dude.
it's hard for me to
We're the same
diet.
person.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I mean, I'm doing it, but like the way I have to do it, the way I have to diet, so I'm like trying to keep my calories low. I can't like have small meals throughout the day because I'll overeat.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with beer. Like I can't have just one.
Of course not.
So-
Silly bitch.
What I have to do is I just don't eat. I don't take food to work, and when I'm cutting like a lot, like next week, I just won't eat while I'm at work. I don't have food. I can't eat, and I just don't eat till dinner time. Because if I take food, I'll fucking eat all of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the discipline to
By
not
9
eat
o'clock.
it. Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Like, I don't eat breakfast some mornings because, like, I overdid it last night. I don't know. But you're a different boat than I am.
Nah, it's the same thing though. It's a discipline in itself with food is tough for me. Like I can go to the gym on the worst days. I can't tell you how many days where I'm just like, God, I fucking a lot of times, like especially lately because I've been killing myself. I'll get off work. I've been working hard as shit lately, which is not always the case. And I'll get home and I'll shower. And I'll fucking take a nap, dude, before I go to the gym. And I'll set an alarm, and my alarm will go off, and it's like, fuck. Yeah. I got to go kill myself for 2 hours. And
but you feel so much better after you do.
Yes. And I have no problem going. Like, I feel like shit. I hate fucking forcing myself to go sometimes. But, right, I always feel better after I do. But, like, that discipline I have. I will always go. I will never not go to the gym when I know I need to. Food, on the other hand.
Dude, I'm with you.
Like sometimes at night, like that's why like I just don't buy snacks because I'll fucking eat them if they're in my house at night.
He bought Sun Chips the other day,
Ate
and
the
I
whole
didn't
fucking
even know we had Sun Chips in the house.
Ate the whole bag.
I was like,
fat-
I like Sun Chips.
I'm a fat shit. Yeah. But like I don't have anything to work for. If I had something to work for, like you have something to work for right now.
It makes it easier.
It does make it easier. A goal.
Yep.
A goal. If you have a goal, it's so much easier. For me, at least, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Your problem, not to say it's your problem, but you have to wait until you start feeling bad, and that's when you kind of flip the switch.
You and I've watched you do it several times. Like once you start to get like so out of shape, you're like, this is enough. Like I gotta get my shit together. But like until you get there, like you're just kind of like, and that's I'm the same way. I have to. That's kind of why I like to do like jiu-jitsu competitions or like I got this fight coming up because I know. I mean, it's fucking terrible. I'm gonna starch that motherfucker. It's terrifying. Like it's like God, I gotta go step in a fucking cage with the other dude who's been training.
Are you scared?
Fucking, I'm terrified.
I'm terrified.
Are you really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you don't put that out there.
I mean,
You're supposed to.
I understand that. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali said, to be a champion, you have to be the baddest motherfucker on the planet, or at least believe you are. So, like, that's something that I try to, like, of course, it's terrifying to have to go fight another grown-ass man in a cage in front of everyone you know. I mean, if that doesn't scare you, you're a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons, like I'm not afraid to fight. That doesn't scare me. Like I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid to lose in front of everybody and get embarrassed and all that stuff. But you just got to push that down and be confident and know, which I am. Like I feel in my heart, like 100%, I'm gonna fucking murder this dude. You know what I mean? Not literally, but you know what I mean.
You never
Scratch
know.
that out,
You might hit him the wrong way and he just dies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm terrified about.
I would hate
I don't
that.
even want to go to your fight because I'm going to be in the fucking ring like, leave him alone.
No.
Are you nervous about knocking another human out?
No, I've done that plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, legally, though.
But
Yeah,
like,
I've done it in the gym too.
That's gotta be like does it weigh on you to just put another human to sleep?
No, not at all.
None. Okay.
Well,
I feel like you enter the ring with an understanding.
well, more than anything, it's like, see, the thing about fighting is like I've been in fist fights plenty of times, and I've sparred in the gym and all that good stuff, and it's fine. It's so easy. Like you just do your thing. But when you have like all this time to think about it, you have all this like pressure and all this like build up to it. It just makes it like when you get in there, the adrenaline is crazy. Like it's so intense. And like my last jiu-jitsu tournament, I was pretty cool, calm and collected. But like the one before that, because it's like you're in the middle and all these people are watching you. So there's some like, it's just anxiety. You know what I mean? And your adrenaline's pumping. I mean, it's your mouth gets dry. You know what I mean? It's wild. And that bothers me. I hate that. I wish I could just be more I wish I wouldn't get that adrenaline rush. I wish I would just be able to be cool, calm, and collected.
I feel like you almost need the adrenaline, though.
But at the same time, yeah, exactly. I think you kind of need that too.
Yeah.
So I just want, more than anything, I just want to perform the way I know I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to leave my best rounds in the gym. I want
Leave
it
it
to
on the
be out
mat.
there in the cage.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's more like, it's just, there's anxiety related to it. I mean, and I think anybody who fights is going to go through that stuff, and that's okay. You know, that's the experience.
Of course, yeah.
And that's why, you know, I like to challenge myself and do things like this, because it makes you grow as a person. It's going to make me better by doing this, not just physically, but mentally too. It's going to make me tougher. It's going to make me stronger. It's putting a good example for my kids that, you know what I mean? You do things that are hard, and you do things that are sometimes terrifying, but that's what courage is, because without fear, there is no courage. You know what I mean? If you're not afraid, then you can't be courageous. You know what I mean? So everybody's afraid, and if you say you're not afraid, then you're fucking lying.
You're a lunatic.
I hated my college softball coach, but one thing she said, that you cannot grow without being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. You have to push your limits. You have to put yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You have to do things that are hard. You have to do things that scare you. And they will make you a better person. You have to do things that are stressful. And I think, like, even for, like this is stress. It stresses me out that I have to, like, fucking train all the time. I got a fucking job. I got kids. I got all this stuff going on. And it's stressful. But at the same time, that's good for you, too. Believe it or not, like, stress is good for you. It helps your brain to be able to manage this stuff. It makes you better. It makes you more prepared for life in general, like to be able to handle your problems. If you can do this, if you can fight and keep a job and raise kids and not be a shitty dad and fucking take care of your dog and not let your house be a shithole, like, and you can
Beat the fuck out of somebody.
and juggle all that at the same time, like, that's fucking training. That's mentally making me a better person.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's something I've always been obsessed with. I just want to be the best version of myself I could possibly be.
I'm proud of you, Big Daddy.
Thank you.
Hey.
I always say that there's like 3 men I'm proud of in this life, and it's this guy, and my dad.
All right.
No matter what happens, it's just like my dad's horse today. Like, she came in third, and I was so proud, so proud.
So
And
even like for him to do that, you know?
yeah, just throw himself out there. Like,
Yeah.
that takes a lot of courage.
And it's been a long time since, and he's just like, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'm fucking doing it.
It's been 35 plus years.
Yeah, the time and the money that he's invested in this, and hey, man, it's fucking paid off. Third place is respectable as shit, especially for her first race. I mean,
And she was not well when he first got her.
She was not. She was destined. She was destined for the glue factory.
yeah,
And to come in third, I'm so proud of
Yeah.
my dad.
yeah. I mean,
He loves that horse too, man, and she
he
loves
must be
him.
doing something right.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
It's just so cool. Just like watching an untapped thing of my father I've never seen before. It's so cool.
just come to life.
Yeah.
Dude, I can tell you. I mean, I know we already went over that, but like just seeing him,
Yeah.
like, dude, he looks lively. Like he's got life in him. It's a lot better for him than sitting on a bar stool at the VFW.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, and we're all susceptible to that because
Of
we all
course.
have that.
It's easy.
Yeah, and it's we have that addictive personality to where, you know, just as easily as we could be, you know, fucking diehard bow hunters and fucking doing powerlifting competitions and fights and all that stuff, we could be sitting on a fucking bar every night and letting ourselves just get out of control with it. I know I could.
Humans love
Comfort.
comfort. Yes, exactly. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Humans love comfort. And when you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you grow.
Yeah.
It's like I'm testing some shit out with my bow right now, and I'm walking out of my comfort zone, but it's fun.
Yeah. And it's going to make you better.
It's hopefully.
Yeah. You're going back to the hinge for a little while, huh?
I'm going back to the hinge. I've reversed the half moon. I'm going back to a no click. It's scary. It really is scary. But hopefully, when I've made a vow to not touch my finger release until bow season. Hopefully, I never touch it again.
Yeah.
But I've made a vow to never touch it again until bow season, and hopefully, it makes me better.
And we were talking about that when we were out to eat earlier, and you were saying the reason for that is, or maybe I said it was, is because I feel like with a wrist release, you're as good as you're going to get with it. I feel like you shoot that goddamn wristy fucking killer, dude.
Yeah.
But I think it's limiting you.
Yeah.
I think you're limited by that release. I think like you can only be so good with a wrist release. And I think for you, the quality of archer that you are, that you just have to let that thing go, man. Because I think you could unlock some serious potential if you switch over to a handheld release. I really think that. And I mean, I know you've used them in the past, but you go back to that wristy because you like it. But I think
comfort.
It's what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
But I think, and you know, it speaks for itself. And professional archers, most of them shoot a thumb or a hinge, and that just tells you there. It's like the analogy. You can be a fucking world-class race car driver, but if you're in a fucking Honda Civic, dude, you can only drive so well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need the equipment to match your skill set. And you have the skills that I think you have the skills that are beyond what you can do with a wristy. I think you've maxed that thing out, pretty much, is what I'm saying. I think you've maxed it out. You're as good as you're going to get with a wristy. If you want to get better, I think you've got to use some equipment that's going to make you go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so that's what I told you. I think I have some untapped potential, and I want to unleash that potential with that hinge release, and I think I can. So we shall see.
Cheers to that, baby. I'm looking forward to it.
We're getting deep over here, man.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
I got some dishes.
Yeah, it's a fun process. I mean, trying to playing with stuff, you know, figuring it out, getting better at something.
Yeah, not even archery. It's just with life.
It applies to life.
With fucking life.
Fully.
Just do something different. Like, the human is, we're
creatures of habit.
We're creatures of habit, exactly. And we want habit. We want habit. We want habit. And stepping out of your comfort zone, and we hate surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get used to that surprise, and then
embrace the surprise.
Embrace the surprise. Embrace the movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
grow
it's a good
from
thing.
it.
Yeah,
Don't
Levi.
give up on it.
Yes.
Don't
give up on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give up on it.
No, I mean anything worthwhile takes time. I mean it does. Anything you do, and I've told my son that so many times. Like anything worth doing is going to take time. Like there's nothing. If there's something that you're doing that you can get good at really fast,
it's not worth it.
It's practically useless. I mean it's not going to do much for you. It ain't going to make you excel in life. The things that are really hard to master, those are the things that will give you, one, the most reward, but two, they're going to push you further in life. I mean, just in general. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, you can fucking get really good at flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Easy and fast, but it ain't going to get you real far, is it?
I mean, that's a perfect analogy.
You know what I mean? Now, you want to do something really hard, fucking...
Go build space shuttles.
Yeah, fucking physics, fucking even you could say something like welding. Like it takes time to get good at that and years to master it. And you do that and you dedicate your time to that, you can make some fucking money and you could really enjoy what you're doing. That's one thing about my job that I love is like when I get to weld, I love it. I don't do it much, but it's fucking awesome when I do. You know, I enjoy the fuck out of that.
I never welded. I wish I would have. Well, I did weld, but like I never.
I've welded more than you have.
Yeah, you did.
Did
My
you?
grandfather, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a Boilermaker.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. He taught me how to weld a little bit, so.
Was it stick or TIG?
Stick.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm a stick welder.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. Yeah. It's the archiest thing I do. I've never been music. I've never been an artist or anything like that. But when it comes to welding, I just feel like that is my art.
Oh, yeah. You can tell it's like a bad weld or a good weld. It's crazy.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
If you know what you're looking at. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Stacking dimes.
Yeah. I can listen to it. I know if you're welding bad just by the way it sounds when you're burning.
That's like coming back to it. Like I love seeing or listening to people that are
Passionate.
masters.
Yeah.
Or passionate of their fucking craft. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like when someone comes to me and like they want to talk about archery, and I can go on for weeks about it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. And it's like you said, I mean anything.
And to go back like as like a Hunter's wife or whatever, like his passion, like I listen to it and like I do the research, like I know deer hunting, whatever, but when he talks to me, like he is so just into it. And I listen and I sit there and I'm not bored. I learn like so much from you guys. Yeah. And I'm also the nerd of the group, in case you haven't noticed. Like I do all the research for these guys, by the way. Yeah. I give them stories to talk about for the podcast. Shout out to me. But no, just his face lights up. Both your faces light up.
It's hard to not be into a story when someone just their eyes wide and they're just into it. You can't you know, it's hard not to be.
CrossFitters and vegans like get this bad rap for being that way, but I get it. I get it because you fucking this thing that you just started doing, or even if you've been doing it for a while, it's just like something you're really fucking into. It's hard not to talk about it. Like, I mean, I'm not going around just like, hey, dude, you want to talk about archery? But if, like, somebody brings it up, like, I've had guys at the gym bring it up, and I'll just be like, blah, 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 blah. And,
people try to walk away from John. He's like, wait, what do you mean? I got something else to say.
I'm like, you want a bow? You want a bow? Get a Matthews.
God, get fucked.
I called him out today. I was like, what would you think I was, like, the accountant for, like, Hoyt or something?
Oh, my God.
He's like, how about Matthews? I was like, you closet Matthews. He's like, I'm not in the closet.
I'm not in the closet.
I'm fully out.
I love my Hoyt. The Helix has done me no wrong.
No. It's a beautiful bow. I mean, you got to respect, like, I got a guy at work. He's an engineer. Yeah. But, yeah, just kidding. He's a great dude. Engineers get a bad rap in the trades, though, because a lot of them are fucking douchebags. But there's a lot of good ones, too. But he was asking me, like, about bows and what he's getting. And I was like, dude, fucking Hoyt, Matthews, PSE, you can't go wrong. I mean, honestly.
Still up there?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good bows. I mean, Prime's a great bow. Fucking Elite's a good bow. Fucking Bowtech. I mean, there's a lot of good bows now. But those are the big three that I would recommend off the rip. Like, if you want to get a really high-quality good bow, Hoyt, Matthews, PSE, I think you can't go wrong with any of them.
I thought PSC was kind of like getting to the bottom of the barrel.
Nah, they're top of the line.
Looking back, I wish we would have taught Ryan and Runty the proper way.
What, with the hinge?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's something though. Like, and I think that about Wyatt too, my son. But it's so much harder to learn that way.
Well,
and I feel like it can be discouraging, especially for my son. Like Ryan and Runsky, I don't disagree with you, but for Wyatt, being 8 when he started learning, or 7, it's like, that's almost a little much. Because kids can get discouraged quick, but for an adult, honestly, you're probably better off learning with either a hinge or maybe even a thumb button. Probably a hinge, honestly.
But if you
with
learn
a safety
that way, you know nothing else.
Yeah.
That's like Ryan. Like he learned with a trigger,
and now he's onto the hinge.
Yeah. And I wish we would have taught him the right way to begin with, because he probably would have been probably not our level, but
yeah,
he'd been closer.
Yeah, exactly. And now Ryan, that he shot the hinge, he's in love with it, and he sent it back to True Ball because he shot it into his riser.
Idiot!
Yeah,
you fucking idiot, Ryan.
And he sent it back to True Ball. They couldn't repair it, but they gave him a discount on another release, so he got a thumb button. He actually got the same one I got. We didn't even talk about it. He ordered it, told me, he called me, he said, hey, I got this. I was like, it's the same one I have. That's the same. It's, fuck. I can't remember what it's called. It's a 4-finger thumb button made by True Ball. I think it's their only one.
But if you don't know how to shoot a hinge, then you're going to shoot that thumb button wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what's Wyatt shoot?
He shoots a wristy.
Wristy? Yeah. No, I was just thinking, like, you brought up Wyatt. I remember when I was shooting his bow in, like, the bedroom. And first shot I took, he was like, that was an awful shot. I'm like, thanks.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I've tried to, like, I've never once told to him, like, pull the trigger or anything. I tell him, wrap your hand around this and drive back with it, with your elbow. Yeah. And, like, that's how I've just taught him from the get-go. You know what I mean? I'm especially because, like, his bow, it's got such a spongy back wall that you can just pull back into it. You know what I mean? So it's a good cue. Wrap your finger around that trigger and drive your elbow back, flex your back muscles, and drive back. And like, there's a video on my Instagram of him shooting. You can look at him, and he's got good form. I mean, especially for his age, like he's
He critiqued
feel
the
like-
hell out of my form, so he knows what he's talking about.
Well, when we have a child, I'm gonna make that thing fucking Levi Morgan Jr. son.
Oh,
what if it's a
yeah.
girl?
Same thing.
I don't even know what.
Lily Morgan.
Lily
Jr.
Morgan Jr. Lily Porter Jr.
That was so funny, though. I remember shooting in the bedroom. Why I was like, that's an awful shot. I'm like, thank you.
Thanks, dude.
It's
Yeah.
just so crazy knowing what I know now. I wish I would have learned what I know now back then.
Oh yeah.
But 30 years ago, that wasn't even a thing back then.
no.
Should've
I don't
could've
even know if they had hinges out when you first started shooting.
They didn't. Hell no.
No, I don't think so.
I think I came to hinges was like a
90s or 80 or early 2000s
yeah,
thing.
2005.
I don't know.
shit.
We'd have to look that up, but I know they haven't been out nearly as long as like Aristi has.
Archery's hard. Like, I was not put down my dad or whatever, but I always asked him, I was like, why didn't you get into archery? He's like, it's too hard. Honestly, I mean, I
It is
love my
hard.
dad to
It's a fair-
death.
it
I
is
mean,
hard.
he's killed some big bucks, but he's not an archer. I mean, he definitely,
It's a-
he loves his guns.
It's a fair statement. I mean,
Yeah.
and I totally get it. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, he bought his first crossbow, but I don't even know if he shot that damn thing. It's basically like shooting a gun, though, I feel like.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I mean,
kinda.
and I don't take nothing from. We beat up on crossbow a little bit, but
Facts.
honestly,
As long as you're out there in the
like,
woods.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
That's what I
like,
mean, yeah.
like Kevin, dude, he's a crossbow guy, but dude, find a harder bow hunter. You know what I mean? Like that dude fucking hunts his ass off.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't take nothing from him.
I don't
mean,
take
it's just
anything from him.
it's just certain. There's a tendency for a lot of crossbow hunters to be fair weather guys,
Yeah.
but they're not all that way.
No.
You know what I mean? They're not.
Kevin's a bad motherfucker,
Oh,
man.
God.
Yeah,
I would
John Wick, a whitetail.
that's
would-
a deer killing machine. son.
I would hate to see him with a fucking compound.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see him with a compound.
Yeah.
I feel like the deer in the woods, like, if you see this guy, run.
I
Yeah.
think he would be really good with it.
Oh yeah, he would. He would be. He's fanatical. He could
Yeah.
if he picked that thing back up. I know he shot when he was a kid with with a compound, but if he picked that thing back up, I'm sure he would be fucking a monster.
I think it would reinstill his love.
Yeah, it might ignite a new flame under him. I don't know how much more passionate you could be.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
Brady be pissed.
that's a passionate fucker there.
Other than you and me, I don't know anybody else who's as like die hard as us. But Kevin is right there with us, if not more.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like
Big Kev.
Chance,
God.
our boy Chance.
Chance is die hard too.
He loves them turkeys, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Well, everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you tried. You just didn't see him.
No, I shot one.
At one.
Shot at one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they fucking suck.
I don't get it.
He
But
was- You said you were worried about shooting a turkey because you didn't want like to love it more than you love deer hunting, but I don't think anything could ever take away your love
Yeah,
for the whitetail.
it's weird. Like I don't want to love anything more. Like you just said, I don't want to love anything more than I love the whitetail. I don't know. Maybe that's
I don't think you ever could.
yeah.
I think even elk hunting and like sika and turkey and all
Oh.
that stuff that we do, I think we're still going to be whitetail guys. I just do. I mean, I think those things are cool and they're exotic and they're exciting, but at the end of the day, like whitetail is just where we're at. Like even John Dudley, he said the same thing at the TAC. He was doing like this little meet and greet thing, and people were asking him questions, and they asked him, and he said, they asked him what his favorite thing to hunt was, and he said whitetail, and he said,
Really?
"There's just, I mean, and he's hunted everything. It's just that's fucking home, you know. That's
I mean, it's the same thing with you. Like you've hunted and you've seen and you've heard sika,
yeah, shot one.
but
Whitetail.
what do you? I mean, scale of 1 to 10.
Whitetail still that's just my bread and butter. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it is what it is. I love sika, and they're exciting. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, especially because it's new and all that stuff. But like whitetail's still that's my first love, man. And it's something, and you can liken that to a woman. Like there's always that special place in your heart for that first love. You know, I mean, it's a little different, but it's
I know
similar.
what you're
You know what I mean? Like that's.
I love her, but man, this one's new and exciting.
Yeah, exactly. This Asian one makes funny noises. It's fucking cool, you know.
And this is why we aren't married.
It's a little tiny Asian thing. I mean, it's kind of exciting.
It's crazy fucking noises.
But you still go back to that beautiful first love of yours. you know,
Oh
and
man,
it's
I
just,
love the whitetail. 3 months.
if anything, I think sika made me appreciate whitetail more.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought you were like on the Sika thing for a while.
I am. No. I fucking love them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But it just like coming home to hunt whitetail. It's just like something I know, something that like I'm familiar with, and it made me appreciate hunting them more. Definitely.
I kind of like it. It's kind of like you got out of your comfort zone. So it was like exotic.
Exactly.
But you wanted to come home to what you know.
And that's something we could segue on to. We just hit an hour here.
Who cares?
Holy shit.
Is doing things like that, like stepping out of your comfort zone. We've talked about a lot today, and how that applies to hunting. Like, because I stepped out of my my comfort zone
in hunting,
went and did the Sika, it made me a better bow hunter as a whole, because I learned things, and I had to what's the word I'm looking for? I had to strategize on the fly. You know what I mean? I had to make changes. I had to do things differently than what I was used to, and I had to adapt to my quarry. And I think as a whole, that made me a better hunter by pursuing a different game. So and I think that translates right to whitetail too. And even though like you're hunting two different things, but you're still hunting, and it still made me better because I'm learning again. Not to say that I'm not learning whitetail, because I'll be learning forever, but when you first start, you learn like a vast multitude. There's so much to learn. Like when you first start picking up hunting whitetail, there's so much information. It's like, holy shit. Then as you get like the majority of the information, then it comes slowly. Like you learn slowly. And you could say the same thing about like jiu-jitsu. When you first start, it's like this foreign thing. Like you don't even know how to move. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then as you get then you get the hang of it. And then it's like you're learning just a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? And that takes longer to really get better. And I feel like that's where we're at with whitetail, where it's like we're learning every time, don't get me wrong, but it's not as much. We don't have as much, such a vast amount of information to process as to like with the Sika. You go and you jump into this, and it's like all this new shit. And it's just, it just makes you a better hunter because you're analyzing things differently, and you have to adapt, and you have to overcome those challenges, and like you can't do everything the same way, and it helps you to learn to hunt each hunt differently, hunt each animal differently, and that can go forward of whitetail because they've all got different personalities, they've all got different, you know what I mean? So it's been as a whole beneficial, it's not like I'm just learning to hunt Sika, it's making me better as a hunter in general.
That's why I love the total archery challenge. Like when we first started going there, like last year, I thought I was it. I thought I was the Mecca. But now looking back, man, holy fuck, there's so much to learn. Like shooting, long range shooting, wind, all that shit. Like I feel like I've gotten so much better, tenfold in only 2 years.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Absolutely, and I think it applies to other things like different methods of hunting, like hunting maybe with different releases, maybe hunting from the ground, hunting in a blind, hunting in a ghillie suit, hunting from a tree stand. All those things will teach you different things about the quarry that you hunt and how to hunt effectively, because you have to approach each of those things in a different way, and it'll as a whole make you better because it's just different. So it's good to step out of your comfort zone. Like if you're used to hunting out of a tree stand all the time, maybe this year try getting on the ground and getting in a ghillie suit. You know what I mean? Maybe try sitting in a blind, because it's going to make you a different release, because it's going to make you have to overcome different obstacles and make you better. And that's, I want to do a podcast all about that.
Yeah. And if you want to try a different release, right now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, not August.
Yeah. Not August, not October. Right fucking now.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a good goal for this season for you guys. Try different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the hinge. That's my goal this off season.
Mine's the saddle.
Yeah.
But and just refine my shooting as well. More hinge work, playing with different tensions and stuff with my hinges, and just getting better at that.
We can be better. We can be a lot better.
Yeah.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that. We can be a lot better.
Yeah.
Another quote: "Someone out there is always better than you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
Yeah, and the minute you get complacent,
I don't want anyone out there to be better than me.
No, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
I'm the
Fuck
best.
I'm excited about this saddle, dude. I'm excited hunting different locations, different, like, what percentage? So you go into a piece of property. What percentage of that property potentially would you say are unclimbable trees?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Just think about port, say, or one of your main properties.
I would say 30% are unclimbable.
Now, maybe 20% of those you could climb with a saddle, right?
Well, I'm saying like 30% are unclimbable with a climber, but you could climb all of those
With a saddle.
with a saddle.
So that literally gives you 30% more range.
Yeah,
How valuable is that?
I don't know.
He's not good with numbers.
We'll see how you do. I don't know.
I think there's a lot of value to it. And my whole thing is just like, I love this as much as I do, and I put all this work into it. Why not add another weapon to my repertoire? So that's what I'm looking forward to being able to utilize that. Because there's some spots that I'd love to hunt, but I just am not able. Like, especially like Fair Hill, there's some public ground here. Killer deer sign. Fucking amazing property. Can't get a climber in there.
Are you going to practice with your saddle
Yeah.
and your sticks like coming up soon?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can get up in there quicker?
Yeah, like after the fight, I mean, that's all my time's going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you spend fucking an hour getting up in the fucking tree, like, what
What good is that?
good is that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I wanna be a well-oiled machine by the time hunting season runs around. So like,
Calm down. Calm down.
I got in my yard, I have sticks set up, so I can literally walk out my door, put my saddle on, climb up sticks, and shoot.
So what are you thinking? You going to carry 4 or 5 sticks with you?
Yep, 4 sticks
4 sticks. So that's
And
20 feet?
and an aider. Yep, about 20 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I can walk in with that stuff, real lightweight, wear it like a harness because I got the tree op saddle, or X-op saddle. Wear it like a harness, walk in with some sticks on my hip or on my back, climb up the tree, bang.
I feel like you're just wasting a lot of time. I don't want to say wasting a lot of time. You're taking a lot of time.
Possibly, but I think once I get the hang of these sticks, I can get up that tree pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
But
I
you
think he means he's going to practice first.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But you also said that you don't think it is the thing to do for an all-day sit.
No.
No.
I think it's fairly comfortable, but I'm not sitting in that motherfucker for 12 hours.
Fuck no, dude.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. I think it's just going to be a piece of my repertoire. I think my saddle is going to be, like, if I had to guess, I'll probably use my climber 60 to 70% of the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to use the saddle, but my climber's still going to be my main squeeze.
And say you're in your saddle and you see deer off in the distance in like the edge of a bedding, and you just can't get there with your climber.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you'll bust out the
saddle.
saddle.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
And
that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's got options. That's what he's talking about. His options.
It just gives me more options,
Yeah,
right?
his options. Yeah.
It's a couple $100, but hey, you know what? This is pay.
It's what you do.
You pay to play, baby.
I cannot wait for this deer season. I'm more excited for this deer season than I've ever been for any other deer season.
What did
Yeah.
you say? It was 90 days?
I think we say that every year. Today is 90 days.
90 days, guys.
90
Uncle
days.
Ted says that this year is going to be my best year.
Yeah.
No matter if I kill more or I get a big buck, it's still going to be my
As long
best
as you
fucking year.
learn,
Best
it's going to
year.
be a good year.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking wait. God, I can't wait.
Oh, man. It's close.
I'm going to leave now so they can, finish whatever they're having.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Let's wrap this up. You got anything else?
You have anything, dear?
No. First time on the pod.
That's fantastic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, my love.
He's only like 3 weeks late, but it's all right.
2 weeks.
Not a day.
Thanks, guys.
Happy 25th.
5 stars, bitch.